Okay, we have a last day of the first rehearsals today. It was semi-final 2, second part, and we have an English-speaking team with us, and we have a special guest who is John. John is from Eurovision Ireland. No, he's inside. Sorry, misinformed. I was misinformed.
My fault. How dare you?
Yes. Sorry for that. Yep. We have today rehearsals of Slovenia, Romania, Bulgaria, Denmark, Ukraine, Norway, Georgia, Albania, and Belgium. So I'll name a country, and two people will speak about that. Slovenia. Who wants to speak about Slovenia?
So, talking about Slovenia, and not only about Slovenia, we can speak. I can tell that the biggest problem of Manuela is she was alone on the stage, and the stage was really huge. He has a tempo song, and she is alone on the stage without any move. She didn't move around the stage, so that's why I can't understand who had this idea to put a backing vocalist behind the stage and let her on the stage alone. The same will be for Bulgaria, who is coming next, but in the end of the song, Polly has her 5 backing vocalists. They join her on the stage, but only in the end of the stage, not during all the song. It's the biggest minus for the up-tempo songs in competition, if there is only one lead vocalist on this huge stage.
Can anyone say something good about Slovenia then? Okay, I will speak about Slovenia then. Well, I really like Slovenia. Her dress was really nice. Yes, she's in a big competition this year with Azerbaijan, Austria, and some other female singers. I think she can be the winner of that competition, but you know, well, I think it was quite enjoyable, you know. I didn't really like the national final staging, was again the changing the dress, stuff like that. But I think this is quite good. I don't get the idea of the acrobat yet, but maybe if filmed better it may work. The next one was not Romania, because we have Romania here in the list. Some reason, but we did a tribute to Romania today. If you have not watched it, you can go on our YouTube to watch. It was me singing for the first time ever on a stage. Bulgaria was next. Who wants to say about Bulgaria? Hey, John.
Well, I'm a little biased because Bulgaria is my favourite song this year. I just think it's a really strong pop song. But I think the performance it wasn't perfect, but it was very strong. I felt like Polly was alone on stage for most of the performance, but I think unlike Slovenia, she has star quality. She can own that stage, and I think you didn't notice it. She didn't look lonely on that stage. She really commanded. She had that real presence on that performance, and I think the costume looked a little bit strange at first, but when it all lit up, combined with the lighting backstage, I thought it looked really good. It looked very professional, and it seemed like a clear standout for this semi-final for me. And for me, Bulgaria is an easy qualifier this year.
Okay. Anyone wants to speak about Bulgaria? Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with John. I think it's in terms of staging, it's one of the better ones that we've seen in this national final. And I don't agree with Xenia about Polly being alone on stage for the first part. She, as John says, she really commands the stage, and there's also in her backdrop she has those silhouettes that dance along with her in the chorus, so it does all come together, and for me, yeah, it's just one big standout.
For me, Bulgaria is actually one of the songs I totally don't get, and perhaps one of my bottom 3 in the list, because you know, every time I listen to a song I just don't understand what it's about. Denmark was the next. Anyway, I think Zhenya liked Denmark because it's almost Schlager.
Yes, it's absolutely my 12 points for today. From Denmark we have typical pop song from Scandinavia, so that's why I really like the staging from Lighthouse 10. And I hope they will qualify. I hope they will qualify without problems this year.
What can you you say about the three backing vocalists?
We didn't saw them.
You should have criticized that, yeah. Anyone else to speak about Denmark? I think you can speak about Denmark.
Okay, I should say anything good as well. Basically, I think the song that isn't bad. It's just the whole pack doesn't have any extra for me. It's from the beginning, vocally it was quite shaky, and that's equal. Everyone who saw their performance in selection, it's absolutely equal. But just I don't know. I think it's a bit. I don't have a clue how much it can succeed, because it's Denmark. It usually qualifies with male pop, and when no one expected. But I don't know. It's a little bit boring for me, the whole pack. So I don't know about changes.
Well, I still have fingers crossed that we are going next year to Denmark again, and because Denmark always wins to Sweden, and I want to go to Denmark. But I don't think it's happening. Well, unless Australia wins and wants to host it in Denmark. Next was Ukraine, one of the favorites of the day. So who wants to speak about Ukraine? Nobody wants to speak about Ukraine.
I can say what I wrote about Ukraine just before the competition, and I still let my opinion as I wrote it before. So I don't think this is a song for song contest. Yes, Jamala is a great performer as a vocal performer. She did great in a new wave competition in Jurmala in Latvia some years ago, and she did great vocally today again. But I'm sure that this is not a song for song competition.
May I say something? Because it's my favorite of the day. It's one of my favorite songs in this competition. And basically, initially it was in the list of possible winners for me. Today I can't say that it's possible winner, because it's a bit too dark, too authentic. It's not for everyone, but it's definitely great. It has a beautiful staging. It has incredible vocal of Jamala, and that how to say culmination. It's when she starts singing Mugam, it's goosebumps giving and very beautiful. So I think it's absolutely in the final and in top 10.
Well, I kind of agree and disagree with Dima at the same time, because I think that this is absolutely perfect. I think it's winner of the second semi-final for sure, and I think that's the only two so far, and I don't believe in France that can challenge Russia. It's Australia and Ukraine, and I think so far it's Ukraine who is winning this competition. So I'm really looking forward to see how it looks like further with a full performance. But I think Ukraine will do really great. Norway was next. We actually saw Norway on stage, but we didn't see Norway anywhere else. She cancelled everything. We don't know really why, but...
Yeah, this one hasn't changed a lot from the Norwegian national final, so anyone who's watched that will probably be a little bit underwhelmed. But of course, most people watching at home won't have seen the Norwegian national final, so it'll be new for them. It's a very simple staging. We don't know whether that's because Agnieszka has been unwell. I think that's why she didn't come to the press conference today, so she's had some health problems, which might have stopped them from doing too many new things with the performance. That might be why it's quite simple. The song is... I like the song, but I know it splits opinion because of the way the tempo changes between the verse and the chorus. But I like that Norway are doing interesting things in the last few years. Like last year they had something very dark. The year before that they had something quite different as well. They seem to be Norway seems to be like Norway's kind of slightly avant-garde kind of country for the past few years, and I quite like that, and I like that they're trying new things, and I think it stands out enough to get to the final. I don't think it's going to be in the top 10. I think it's probably going to be somewhere towards the bottom, but for a song that's as challenging as this, I think that's a good result in itself.
Yeah, I agree. I think it will all depend on whether the viewers at home are going to get it at the end of the day. And yeah, I mean, I don't think she really needed to change much. It was fine as it was, and it's just hoping that the public will get it at the end of the day.
I kind of like Norway. I think it's definitely qualifying, but let's see what it does in the final. Georgia was the next. Well, Georgia is my favorite song in the competition, so I really like to see it. Well, I don't know. I think the idea they have behind the staging is all the show itself is kind of cool. It's not really working at this moment well. I think they have to work a lot on the cameras and stuff, technical stuff of this performance. Well, I would love to see Georgia in the final and kind of stand out in this lineup. So I just keep my fingers crossed. So it's doing well. Anyone else wants to speak about Georgia? I don't see any other fans of Georgia here.
Yeah, this song is not the kind of thing that I would normally listen to. I'm not normally someone who listens to kind of rock music or indie music, but this has surprised me. Every time I hear it, I like it more. It really grows on me. Now, obviously, at home, they're only going to hear it once, but I think compared to, like, for example, Montenegro, who have kind of a rock song as well, I think the Georgian song is much better. It's much stronger. It's much more interesting. It's got a lot more musically happening that makes people pay attention to it. So if there's going to be a completely out of nowhere qualifier from this semi-final, I wouldn't completely write Georgia off. I think it could happen. It's unlikely, but it might just happen.
And again, I'm missing Mike here, who would have told that Georgia is his new number one, just beating Montenegro from the first place. They're just changing every day in his mind. Well, Montenegro is Montenegro is my around 40s. Georgia is my number one, but anyway, Albania was the next. To be honest, I don't know what to say about Albania. Can anyone talk about it?
It kind of passed me by a little bit. I mean, I don't think you can really fault Eneda on her vocals. She sounded fine, but there's nothing really happening. She's just there singing her song, and that's it.
Yeah, it seems to me that Albania have a bit of a problem with the staging in the last few years. I don't know whether it's a lack of budget or just a lack of imagination, but for the past few years they've sent good singers with okay songs, but they just kind of put them on the stage and then don't really do anything, and it reads really boring as a TV performance. And it was the same last year. They had a great song, but it just they just did nothing with it. And this year they don't have a great song and they've done nothing with it. So there's nothing wrong with Adina's vocal. She's a great singer, but she deserves a better song and she deserves more interesting staging. And this is filler for me.
And finally, we have a Belgium. Probably didn't want to say about Belgium as well.
Well, well, to be fairly honest, I had to warm a bit towards the overall look of it. To be fairly honest, I think Laura has done an amazing job in terms of choreography, because it's very modern, it's very upbeat. She's very fluent. I'm just not keen on the golden color that's being used, but then it's a funk song, it's a disco song, so you would kind of expect that kind of color. So I'm sort of starting to warm towards it, and I do think that is an easy qualifier, really.
I just say that Belgium is my country number 2 for today, because there was this performance how the up-tempo song must be performed on Eurovision stage. So everything was very good, and she sang very good, and the song is good, and staging was good. So I think she will qualify without problems.
And of course, because they had the backing vocals on the stage, and they were dancing, singing at the same time. But one of them was behind. Sorry. And finally, do we think that the winner is coming from this semi-final?
Well, if we do, then it's Australia, in my opinion.
I don't know. I still have my hopes that maybe the big five can surprise us. So I want to wait until I've seen them perform, really.
Yeah, I'm the same. I don't think I've seen the winner yet. I think it's going to be a very close year. If anything from the semi-final does it, it will either be Australia or Bulgaria.
If we are talking about the semi-final, possible Australia, but I still hope for Sergei from first semi-final.
Well, I will make my prediction that the winner is coming from the semi-final. It's either Ukraine or Australia. Well, thanks a lot for talking to us today. It was a bit messy in one point of it, but I think it was quite enjoyable. Thanks a lot for doing the semi-final 2 review.